everyone, this is Sid here and welcome back to another video. I just got out of school, so I just started summer and I haven't been able to write a lot very much recently because I've just been very busy with school and theater and art and YouTube and all of that great stuff, but I wanted to write a lot this summer and I wanted to do a new fantasy project, so I started on that a few days ago. And I also wanted, because I've seen lots of cool videos of other people doing this, I wanted to make a Pinterest board for my project. So yeah, basically that is what I'm going to be doing today. If the video sounds or looks a little bit different, that is because I'm going to be doing the audio recording on my iPad instead of on my phone, and I'm going to be using my phone to like scroll through Pinterest so I can make my Pinterest board. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to like synchronize the audio and the visuals and like have them playing at the same time, and hopefully they'll both be like high quality, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm not like a technical genius, so I don't really know. We'll just see how it goes. And yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, then please stay tuned and stick around. And without further ado, let's get started, shall we? So basically, I have this big long checklist over here of just like things that I can look through, and it has lots of things like different settings from my story, different characters, different like magical objects and stuff, and different like creatures. So I'm just going to be going through all the items on this list and saving things that I think look similar to how I imagine they would look in my story. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? Let me start the screen recording first. But anyways, as you can see right here, this is my Pinterest account. I don't have very many followers on here, but basically I have a pretty normal Pinterest page. It's just like lots of dragon stuff and like fantasy stuff and drawings and sketches. I don't have anything like weird or anything to hide on here. It's just a pretty normal For You page, you know? But we're just gonna be starting off with the first thing on my list, which is the castle. So I'm simply gonna be searching up castle and seeing what it brings me. I might be a little bit more specific. I might try and do like fantasy, medieval, castle, or something like that. Let's see what comes up. Ooh, these are all pretty interesting. Let me look through some of them and see like if one of them sparks my interest like more than the others do. Yeah, these all look really cool. Let me see here. Interesting. So I'm gonna save a few of them. I've never really made a Pinterest board before, so let me see like how I can do this. So let's create a board. Let's name the board TDP because those are the initials for my project, and let's create it. So yes, let's go. I feel like this is a good picture because like the opening scene does take place in the castle gardens, so that's a pretty cool like setting and location for my story. I'm just gonna scroll down and like see what these other ones are. I don't really think I'm as interested in those ones as I was in the other ones. Maybe this one right here. This one looks pretty cool. Let's save this one as well. No, not my profile. Oh my god. I'm like not even 2 seconds into the video and I've already messed up, but it's okay, guys. I'm not the greatest at using Pinterest, but let's try and save this to another one. Let's gather some more castle pictures. So I feel like the castle would be in sort of like a foresty area, because I imagine it to be like a very foresty kingdom. But yeah, I'll save like this one right here. That one looks really pretty, and it has some like animals and creatures flying up above overhead, so I think that's pretty cool. This one's really similar. Let's save it as well. I think I have enough for the castle, so let's move on to the next one. I tried to look earlier and see if I could find a character that looked similar to my character, but there weren't any. But let me see again if I can find one that looks similar to my character. So I'm just gonna look up like fantasy, sorcerer, young boy with black hair. Let's see what pops up. Oh no! Okay, Let's see if I can get some results. What? Yeah, see, I don't think any of these guys are like my style. They're not fitting the vibe, you know? But let me see if I can find something similar if I click on like this guy right here. Yeah, I don't really think so. Next, I'm gonna be looking for like one of the magical artifacts. Basically, there's a necklace in my story that gives them magical powers. So I'm gonna be looking for that. So I'm just gonna type in like Heartstone Gem Necklace Fantasy. Ooh, these all look very interesting. I have to see which one like speaks to me the most, you know? Ooh, these are all really cool. It's supposed to be like a dragon heartstone that's on the necklace, but it'd be like red in color, I'd imagine. I like this one right here. Let's save this one. And let's see if there's any like similar ones. This one isn't red, but I feel like it looks pretty cool because it still gives off like those fiery vibes, you know? And this one's kind of similar as well. Let's see here if I can find like another red one. That one's interesting because it actually looks like a heart, you know? Like it's in the shape of a heart, which is pretty cool. And then that one's just from Breath of the Wild. I love that, but it would be copyrighted if I tried to put it into my book. But yeah, those are all pretty cool. Next, we're going to be looking for the main character's bedroom. It's not like a very important location, but I just thought it'd be cool. So I'm going to type in like castle, tower, fantasy, bedroom, and I'll see what pops up. Ooh, these all look very interesting, so I'm gonna have to look and see which one like speaks to me the most. Yes, these are all very cool. I imagine my main character would have lots of like scrolls and stuff in his bedroom because he is sort of like a nerdy character. So let me see, like with lots of books or something. Yeah, I don't think that worked very well, but I tried, guys. Let's see here. This is one of the reasons why I wouldn't be good like live streaming, because I'm just sitting here and like there's nothing going on and I don't have anything to say to the camera. So I just feel really weird. But yeah, I'll save that one, and let me look and see. I think I might also save this one right here, perhaps. I think it looks pretty cool with like the fantasy rug and all of that. Yeah, but let's move on to the next aesthetic and see what we can find. The next one is just like the forest. So the forest is like a big location that they go to a lot. I'm just gonna put in like dark, mysterious, fantasy, forest, and then see like what all comes up. Ooh, these are all very interesting. The forest is actually the location that my main character meets their dragon, so that's pretty cool. Let's save this one. Let's save like this one right here. I like that with like the person at the bottom. And then let's also save like one more. Let's save like this one right here. I think that'll be enough for the forest though. Next, I'm gonna try to do another search for the dragon. I tried to search for the dragon earlier, but it didn't really work well. But I'm just gonna search like fantasy dragon with gold and, well, he's more black than he is gold, so I'll put black and gold scales. See, these are all like super duper like detailed though. I want like more of a simplistic dragon, you know what I mean? So I might just have to wait until later to try to find like a dragon picture. Or I might could just try and do like fantasy ember dragon or something. Let's look and see what happens when I put that in. Fantasy Ember Dragon. Yeah, see, these bring more like detailed results. I don't need like a big detailed bro. I just need like a simplistic guy. You know what I mean? I like this one right here. I think he looks pretty cute. I might save this one. Let's see if there's any ones that look similar to this. There are, but they don't have like the same colors, which is kind of making me sad. But yeah, I really like this little art style they have right here. I might save this one too. This one looks pretty cute. What is that? It's like a combination between a tiger and a dragon. That's pretty interesting. I might save this one as well. That looks more like a cat than a dragon, but I think these dragons are all really cute right here. And I want more of like a cute dragon than like a really detailed dragon. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's enough for my dragon though. I don't think I need any more for him. I'm gonna try and get like the dragon village. I tried to earlier, but it didn't really work out well. I'm gonna type in like fantasy dragon city Let's see what pops up. So yeah, these are all more like human cities in my opinion than like dragon cities, you know? I'm trying to find like the city that the dragons live in, you know? This one might be good though. This is more of like what I'm envisioning right here is like this, you know? They have like this dragon utopia. So it looks kind of like this in my opinion. Let me see if there's any that are similar to that. Now it's telling me that all these have been AI modified, so I don't really know for sure, but whatever. Next I'm gonna look for like the village that they go to. So I'm gonna do like fantasy village marketplace or something, because that's the first place that my character goes to is like the marketplace of their village, you know? I don't think it's like a very coastal town, so I'm not gonna choose either of those, but I do think this one is really good right here. It's very detailed as well. I like this one right here. That looks pretty cool. That looks a lot like when I went to Italy. And then let's see if I can find some similar ones to that. I think like this right here has a similar sort of vibe. But yeah, I think that's enough for the village. Now let's move on to like, in my story, my characters have a really cool hideout. It's like an abandoned windmill on the side of the village. So I'm gonna see if there's like an abandoned windmill that would be really cool to have. I'm gonna type in like fantasy so that it has more fantasy vibes. I don't know if any of these are really speaking to me, but this one looks cute actually. I might save this one. Are there any others that look cute like that? I don't know, but this looks cute for just like the marketplace once again. This looks good for the tavern. I have a tavern later on. So does this right here. All these great tavern shots, you know? Like what is going on? Now, a big part of the story is that they have like these dragon gladiator fights, sort of like in, whatchamacallit? Wings of Fire. So I'm gonna see if they have like a dragon fight arena, which would be pretty cool. Dragon fight arena fantasy Coliseum. I don't know how to spell Coliseum. See, these are all pretty cool. Let me look and see like right here. That's a pretty nice image. And then like some more, just like the fighting arena. I think I got a bit in over my head when making this video, but I don't know. Let's try some more. Fantasy Castle Library. Sort of like in Harry Potter when they go to the library to do some research, my characters go to like the castle library to do some research. So let me see if there's like a good castle library picture. I think this one's pretty good right here. That looks pretty nice. This looks pretty similar right here. All these pictures are so aesthetic. I love them all so much. My characters also go to a royal ball. So let's do the royal ball next. Royal ballroom fantasy, because everything has to be fantasy, right? So fantasy ballroom. This one looks great. I love this one right here. I love like the artsy style too. And the lighting is just great in general. This one looks pretty good too. Next, let's do like fantasy dragon masquerade mask, because my characters do wear some like dragon masks to the ball. I think it'd be pretty cool if we had like some pictures of that as well, but none of these are really like going with my vibe, so on second thought, I don't know. Perhaps not. My main villain has a really cool like evil tower, so let's see, like dark fantasy magic tower. Let's see what comes up. Oh wow, these are all really cool. I feel like the villain's tower would be a part of the castle, but I'm not exactly sure. Let me see like if I can get one that's like next to a castle. Like castle tower. Yeah, I don't know if that really like improved it any. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think so, sadly. My villain character is like super duper weird. So he has all these like dark experiments going on. I'm gonna type in like black blood in test tubes fantasy. It's such an aesthetic, right? Like, yes. So let me see if there's like more of a fantasy one. Or let's look for something like dark fantasy potions lab. Yeah, this looks really cool right here. I can definitely see him having like one of these right here. Are there any more that are like dark like that? Let's see. I'm gonna need to look at like similar images to that one. I think that might be the only one, because all of these other ones look like normal, but this one just looks like really dark and evil, you know? And that is the vibe that I'm going for. So yeah, my villain also has like a time travel stone. So I'm gonna type in like light blue magical time travel gemstone fantasy. It's gonna be like, Sid, what the heck are you searching for? But yeah, I want like a time travel stone. This is really cool. It's like a, not a stone, but it's like a pocket watch sort of, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I might save this one just because, you know? I'm gonna save this one too because this one looks pretty cool. And this is more what I was thinking, like just a dark stone, sort of like this one right here. All of these dark evil gemstones. Wow, I love these all so much. But yeah, I think that's good enough for my time travel stone. Let's look at some more stuff. Next, let's search for like a magic book. So like, there are some certain books. There's like books of magic and there's like a dark journal that Raindark has. Raindark's the name of my villain. He's like the only character that I actually have like a solid name for. I just love the name Raindark and I'm probably not gonna change it. So yeah, Raindark's my villain, guys. Say hello. But basically, I imagine him having like a journal because my characters sneak into his tower and they see his journal and they read like what all is inside. I'm gonna like search dark evil journal fantasy and see what comes up. Wow, these are all like, they're very like deadly looking. I don't know, bro. Let's see like dark magic spellbook fantasy. Yeah, see, these are all similar to like the one that they gave me at first, but ooh, that one looks really cool. I like this one a lot. Let's save this one and then let's see if there's any similar ones to this, like this one right here maybe. And then yeah, I also like this one. Let's just save all the red ones, guys. Let's save all the red ones to my stockpile. But yeah, what should we do next, guys? Let's see here. Next, we're gonna do like the ancient dragon temple. So I'm just gonna type in ancient dragon temple fantasy and see what comes up. These are all very interesting. I'm not a huge fan of like how the legs look on this one, but I do like how like the dragon mouth is on top. So let me see if there's like a similar one. I do like this one a lot right here. I love how it has like the dragon mouth on the top. That looks really, really cool. So I might save this one. This one is sort of like a similar vibe, you know? I might save this one as well. Ooh, this one looks really cool. I love all of these, bro. Like all of these look great. Pinterest is just so cool. It has lots of amazing aesthetics, you know? What should we search for next? So I do have a pretty cool scene where the main villain, he like kills a dragon in like a very brutal way. So I'm gonna see if there's any pictures of that on here. I'm gonna put in like night slicing open dragon's stomach fantasy and see what comes up. See, they don't have any like images of that, which I mean, I wouldn't expect them to be honest, because that would be pretty like intense if they did. But let me just put in like night killing dragon and see what comes up. Yeah, they don't have like an actual like gory picture of a knight killing a dragon, but that is like what I envision, you know? So yeah, let's try to find something else. Dark magic fortress, because my villain character does have like a dark fortress that he traps the main character in. So yeah, I don't know about any of these. They all look like very intense. I don't know if any of these are like suiting the vibe, you know? But let's search for something else. Dark fantasy dungeon. These are all really cool. I like this one right here. It's a pretty cool aesthetic. This one's pretty cool too. It's just like the dark tunnels beneath the castle, you know? I like this one as well. But let's search for something else now. Fantasy, medieval, tavern. Even though my characters are teenagers, they do have to go to a tavern in order to like find these people for like the rebellion, you know? So yeah, there's a pretty cool scene with that. I like this one a lot right here. And I got some pictures earlier, so yeah. Let's do Puppet King Fantasy and see what comes up. Because my king is like a puppet. He's basically being mind controlled by the villain. These are some very interesting pictures. Not what I had in mind, but very cool nonetheless. I don't know. Fantasy, medieval, torture. I don't even know like what's gonna come up when I type this in, but this is all very interesting. This like torture chamber right here. I might save this one, and I might save this one right here too. Those both look very cool. The last thing that I'm gonna try is I'm gonna try to get like a picture of like the main thing for my story is that humans can transform into dragons. So I'm gonna try to get a picture of that, and then maybe if I can, all of my hope for Pinterest will be redeemed. So it's kind of sad my iPad actually ran out of storage while I was filming this, because it did take me like a long time, longer than I expected. It took me like 35 minutes, so hopefully I'll be able to trim down the final video so it won't be that long, because that would be like extremely bad to have to watch all of that. But I'm pretty sure I did find everything, so now I'm just gonna be scrolling through the completed product and showing y'all my Pinterest board. So yeah, this once again is my first time, so don't bully me if it's like an L Pinterest board, but yeah. Let's just scroll from the bottom to the top, so from like the start of the story to the end of the story. And yeah, I might see if I can have like some cool fantasy music playing or something to just like set the vibes, you know. All these cool pictures. Wow. So beautiful and cute and adorable. Yes. Yes. Wow. All these beautiful photos of my fantasy story. It's just such a vibe, you know? I love it so much. And yeah, basically, that is the Pinterest board that I made. I think there's multiple ways to view it. That was in the wide view. And then there's like the default view, which I guess looks like this if we scroll from the end of the story to the beginning of the story. And then there's also like the compact view, which looks like that. So I guess it's more like squeezed together, you know? But I think this was a pretty cool exercise. I don't know if it was really like worth my time or anything, because I mean, I don't know. I feel like I couldn't find lots of the photos I was looking for, especially like for my characters. Because if like none of the people actually looked a lot like my characters, but I don't know. It might just be me being like extremely picky about what my characters look like. But yeah. But I do think lots of these pictures are really cool like aesthetics, you know? And the pictures of the dragon definitely helped me out, because I was having a hard time imagining what my dragon would look like, and now I think I have a lot better of a picture of what I think my dragon might look like, you know? So yeah. But anyways, I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it was a little bit more random than usual. I've never done this before, as I said earlier, but maybe I'll make it a tradition to do it every single time. And yeah, if you guys did indeed enjoy it, then please make sure to like and subscribe for more, because I do post videos multiple times every single week, and I post shorts multiple times every single day. So no matter what, I can almost guarantee you that you always have something fun and interesting to watch, and you will never be bored. But yeah, I am a very passionate fantasy writer, so I write stories like every single day, and I do love to talk about my OCs, my original characters. I do some speed paints where I draw pictures of my OCs. If you want to go check those out, I'll have some links down below. And yeah, if you want to support me even further, then please go click the links in the description box down below. Once again, you can follow my Pinterest account if you want to. That would be so helpful. And you can also follow my other social media accounts, like my Instagram account and Roblox account, Artfight account, and Unveil account, and all of that great stuff. So yeah, if you are a foodie, you can also follow my Instagram Grubs account, where I post all of my amazing food pics. So yeah, whatever is up your alley, there's always a place for you. And yeah, I hope that you guys all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Always remember that I love you, and goodbye, eat more waffles, peace out, and write your fantasy stories!